Hi, I'm Brittany and welcome to Bliss with Britt. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about pampering your soul. The act of doing something that brings you divine bliss, divine joy, divine love. Anything that just makes you feel so light, so divine, so happy, so joyful. Things that make you giggle, smile, and just feel at peace. Some examples of pampering your soul are meditation, sitting in nature, grounding yourself, Pilates, yoga, singing, dancing, working out, cooking, literally anything. Giggling watching your favorite show. Anything. It can be as simple as putting on lotion, as simple as washing your hair, grounding yourself in your body. Simple things. One of my favorite is the most simple one of them all, and is simply the act of appreciation. Just looking around and being purely grateful for all the things I see and even all the things that I do not see. Everything is divinely placed in mine and your life. You are divine. This moment is divine. You are an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to you by divine right. There are no mistakes. Like I said, you are divine. Everything around you is serving you in some kind of way if you allow it to serve you in some kind of way. If you write something off as not serving you, then it's not going to serve you. It's just going to push you further and further away from bliss. But if you write everything that you see with your eyes off as a true blessing and you feel pure gratefulness for it, you're entering an energetic state that is going to attract more and more things to be grateful for. Whatever you radiate, you will attract more of it. So if you're radiating gratefulness, you're going to attract more and more things to be grateful for. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. But basically, the act of appreciation is simply, as the divine is within you, the divine is within all the things surrounding you. You are creating your reality. You are your universe. It is your universe. Whatever you want it to be, it will be. If you want it to be heaven, it will be heaven. Treat it as heaven. Walk with bliss through your heaven. You are surrounded by divinity. You are divine. If you don't know what resonates with your soul, I would encourage you to try some things out. And when something sticks, allow it to stick. If meditation makes you feel like the most calm being in the world, full of love, do it more. However, if something does not speak to your soul, don't do it. For instance, if affirmations or journaling is not your thing, then don't do it. Manifestation and bliss are achieved when you do things that speak to you. You don't have to do something because this person's doing something. Do something because you want to do it. That is when it works. If you are doing something and feeling resentment, then you're on an energetic state of resentment. You're not in an energetic state of love. So make sure you're doing everything through love. If you like it, do it. If you don't, don't. Find what resonates with you. Your joy is divinely protected. Your passions are divinely protected. Nothing is stopping you from finding joy. Find joy in the present moment. Be intentional with your time and energy. For instance, I used to really enjoy playing Fortnite. However, lately playing it makes me feel icky, so therefore I stopped playing it. My friends still play it, and I enjoy that they're having such a divine time on it. However, I'm not going to sacrifice my bliss to play something that doesn't make me happy. Do what enhances your bliss, not what suppresses your bliss. And if something just does not hit the same as it used to, don't let that disappoint you. That's only a sign that something else is going to light that fire within you. You decide what you take these signs as. For instance, when Fortnite started feeling icky to me, I moved into making art and creating art. Here's one of my paintings right here. But my auntie, she owns the Mystical Apothecary. I'll leave it in the caption below. She has a lot of things that pamper your soul. Y'all should check it out if you're interested. She has candles, oils, I'll talk about this one later, sprays, lots of things like that that really pamper your soul and take you to the energetic state of bliss, because you're caring for yourself and you're taking these steps to open yourself up to be happy. So yeah, back to my auntie. She always knows what you need. She is very, very, very extremely spiritually connected to the divine. I adore her. And she just always knows what I need. If y'all talk to her, if y'all go to her website, you'll see. You will see. It's going to be in the bio. But she recommended that I paint. Just out of nowhere, she said it. She pulled it out of thin air because she knows things. She just knows things. But so I started painting because if Fortnite's not my thing, I'm not going to dwell on it not being my thing. I'm going to go find what is my thing because everything is so divine. If I feel uncomfortable on Fortnite, maybe I'm not supposed to be on Fortnite. So I took that as a sign and I tried out painting and I adore it, y'all. I adore it. It is so divine. It just makes me so grateful because everything happens for a reason if you allow it. If you listen to that inner voice in you that's telling you, this isn't working, maybe let's try something like painting. Listen, it has changed my life and enforced my bliss. And I'm gonna tell you how. Okay, here they are. Here are my first 2 paintings that I did. And these paintings look nothing like what I wanted them to look like when I started. However, where they ended up is so divinely beautiful and I adore it. And the process of painting these taught me patience. It enforced in me my patience. It enforced in me my joy. It enforced in me the divine. Because as I started to paint, there would be times where I got out of the line, or I changed my mind on what I wanted to do, or I messed up in the moment. But instead of freaking out, I took it as the opportunity to enforce my bliss, enforce my peace, to trust that there is no such thing as a mistake, only a happy surprise. And I took it as that. Instead of freaking out and throwing out the canvas, I kept going. When something didn't work out, I kept going because I trusted that there is no such thing as a disappointment. There are only happy surprises. And the paintings turned out more beautiful than I could ever have imagined because I trusted. For instance, this one, I absolutely adore it, but I wanted to have this line be straight. I wanted it to be a straight, perfect line. When I kept trying to do it, for some reason, it just wasn't looking straight. It wasn't looking like a circle. So I trusted, you know what? Maybe it's not supposed to be that way. Maybe it would look better if I did it as little stripes. And guess what? It did. And I added some gold in there and I had a little heart with a little reflection in the eye and it came out beautiful. I look at this painting and I feel nothing but pure joy for the time I put into it, the patience, the love. I trusted in the divine nature of painting. I trusted in my divine. I trusted in my patience and I trusted that whatever I touch turns to gold. And it did. So yeah, painting for me really just enforced my patience, enforced my bliss. I learned so much through painting because how you get to change your attitude is by enforcing it through practice. You have to practice these attitudes. It's not an overnight switch. It's doing little things like pampering yourself that teaches you, this is who I am. I'm not a person that freaks out at the drop of a dime. I'm the person who is patient and seeks it through. Another example. Another example of how I enforce my bliss. I'll tell a story real quick. Thanksgiving, I made the mashed potatoes. For some reason, I wanted to peel the potatoes in the sink and then stuff the peelings down the food disposal. Guess what? You're not supposed to do that. But when the sink got clogged, started overfilling, I didn't freak out. I stayed peaceful. I tried to use Drano. That didn't work. I tried to unclog it with a little unclogger thing. That didn't work. So I put my cats in here actually, and I closed the door because the fumes were a little crazy. But instead of freaking out, I just did what needed to be done. And I trusted. I was like, I wonder what I'm going to learn from this. At first, I was like, maybe the plumber is going to be some kind of blessing. I was like, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm supposed to meet this plumber, whoever they are. Maybe they're going to be important in my life. Maybe they're going to be a friend, something like that. That didn't end up working out because I scheduled a plumber to come out and they canceled. And instead of freaking out then, I stayed at my bliss and I just trusted something is going to come from this. I know it. There's no such thing as a disappointment, only a happy surprise. I don't care what I'm seeing because I see the big picture. Everything is divine in my life. There's no reason to freak out. So I called some other plumbers and none of them could come out until like a couple days in the future. And I needed my sink. I used my kitchen sink, okay? I've been really liking the bulldog ramen and I need my sink for that. So I wasn't too in tune of waiting until Tuesday. So then I opened up TikTok and I was looking and I was like, sink clog. And I found a video. Someone clogged their sink with rice and they had a plumber come out and this plumber happened to do TikTok. So he filmed how he fixed it. Then I was like, you know what? I think I can do it. I don't know what it was in me, but I just felt the confidence. It was like, you know what? I think I can do it. I can try. So I put on these big latex gloves. Like, you don't know, they're like the thick ones, not the tight ones, like the thick kitchen gloves or cleaning gloves. I put those on. I got me a cardboard box. I put a trash bag in it. I put it under the sink. I used some towels to soak up the overfilling in the sink. So when it came out the bottom, it didn't flood everywhere. But I got on my hands and knees and I fixed those pipes. I got the potato out the pipe. My sink is no longer clogged. And in that, I got so much confidence in myself. I realized whatever the problem is, I can solve it. I have the patience. I have the trust. I have the knowledge. I have an abundance of value. Like, I can do it. In that situation, it just enforced that in me. I was literally crying and then my little sister was over and I just started crying. I said, I fixed the sink. I was so happy. I ran and I called my mom. I called my Grammy. I called everybody. I said, y'all, I fixed the sink. I was just so proud of myself because I practiced what I've been preaching. I practiced my bliss. I enforced my bliss in that moment. I enforced confidence in myself on top of my bliss. I don't know I was going to get that from that, but I got it. I got an enforcement of confidence because I can do anything I set my mind to. Everything is always working out in my favor. I didn't know that I was going to be the plumber. I thought somebody else was going to be the plumber, but I ended up being the plumber because I can be anything I need to be. I trust in me. I'm doing it just fine. Everything is always working out in my favor if I just stay at peace. Because that could have happened. I could have flipped out. I could have cried. I could have made a whole scene on Thanksgiving. But I stayed at peace. I went to my Grammys and I had Thanksgiving. And I trusted that my sink was going to get fixed. Because everything works out in my favor. Everything is a blessing. There's no such thing as a disappointment. And it was a blessing. It was a blessing to my confidence. It was a blessing for my little sister to see me, her big sister, do something on her own like that you would think that you would like need a man for or something like that. It was a blessing. Basically, that's what I mean. Just little things to enforce your bliss. So basically what that story is saying is I used fixing my sink as a way to pamper my soul because I stayed at peace with it and I trusted it and I was just seeking joy in every moment. So that's how I use fixing my sink as a way to pamper my soul. But if you're looking for some little ways to pamper your soul, I would encourage you to try some out. Don't clog your sink and try to fix it. That's just a happy surprise that happened to help pamper my soul. But it can be little things. It can be as little as putting lotion on your body in the morning. Put your lotion on and say, I love myself. Wow, I'm so radiant. I'm glowing. My soul is radiating. My energy is so high. I love me. Little things like that. Make everything a ritual of love for yourself. My auntie, I mentioned her earlier, she owns her shop. It's called the Mystical Apothecary. She sells this oil. This is called the Come To Me oil. And what I do is I put some on my hand and I'll put them on my little pulse points behind my head and right here. When I put it on, I say to myself, I'm an irresistible magnet to all the things that belong to me by divine right. And I use that little ritual as a reminder to myself that I am the magnet attracting everything to me. I am abundant, I am blissful, I am happy. That little moment like that with this oil. She blesses the oil, by the way, so that a little something on top. But the ritual of it is just pampering my soul, showing my intention to loving myself, showing my intention to enforcing me that I am the magnet to all that belongs to me by divine right. Little things like that. Proving to yourself that you love yourself, because that's truly what it is at the end of the day. All of these things that we are doing is enforcing how much we love ourselves. And when you truly love yourself, You open yourself up to the pure divine love from the universe. You have to love yourself enough to allow yourself to accept it. So do little things to pamper your soul on the daily and watch how you shine. It can be as simple as putting lotion on, putting a nice little oil on, anything. Putting a little bracelet on and saying something. For instance, I have some bracelets from the Mystical Apothecary that I wear, and one of them reminds me of my protection. I put it on and I say, I am protected. Because I am protected. I am divinely protected in all that I do. Simple reminders of how much you love yourself. Simple reminders of the intention you have to love yourself. Simple reminders of the intentional, loving being you are. Pamper your soul. You deserve it. You are too beautiful to not pamper yourself. You are gorgeous. You are handsome. You are divine. Pamper your soul like the divine being you are, because you are. Romanticize every moment in your life, baby. You are divine. It's that simple. You are divine, so pamper yourself. You are living to pursue your love and your bliss and your joy. That is the purpose of your life. Be a joyful, blissful being. So pamper yourself to enforce the belief of the blissful, joyful, peaceful, loving being you are. I pray that you pursue your bliss because you deserve it. I love you. Pamper yourself today. Whatever you're thinking of doing, do it. Do it for you. Trust that voice inside of you. It will not steer you wrong. You are divine. Listen to your intuition. Not the vain imaginings. Listen to your intuition. Give yourself grace. It will take time. With these little enforcements, you will get there. And eventually, anytime that you doubt, it won't even waver your belief. It will not waver your belief. You'll hear a vain imagine, you'll be like, okay, bye. I don't care, because I know who I am. I know who I am. I love myself too much to believe anything that goes against me. I pray divine order is established in your mind, body, and affairs. Give yourself grace. Allow yourself bliss. I love you. I salute the divinity in you, and I send you my love. Bye. Bye. It's that simple. You are divine. Pamper yourself.